Hey everybody, welcome back to the VIP Financial Ed YouTube channel. We help you go further, faster financially. And today we're talking all about an increasingly popular tool for real estate investors known as land trusts. Guys, should you or shouldn't you? That's the topic of conversation today. As you can tell, here in the studio, we've got Mr. Nick Fortune with Fortune DNA, a frequent guest here on our channel, talking mostly about various asset protection mechanisms, tax planning. Also, we discuss the infinite banking concept and how various insurance plans and policies can lead to your wealth creation. So a lot of really interesting topics with this guest. Nick is based out of Nevada, Las Vegas, and can help you guys in all of those areas and is nice enough, generous enough to provide everybody here an hour of his time, an hour of his team's time discussing your circumstances, where you want to end up in some of these resources and how they may or may not contribute to your circumstances. So today I wanted to get Nick's input on this tool, and it's again becoming more and more popular with real estate investors, really more for privacy reasons than an actual asset protection mechanism. It's really designed for anonymity, for being able to exchange real estate, any type of real estate. Even your primary can be held in a land trust. However, it's usually used for investment properties. And because public records would allow for land trusts to still show the holder of the trust, most people will then utilize LLCs in addition to. So, let's kind of get your opinion on these, because I don't think they're all that they're cracked up to be for a lot of people, right?
Well, it's like you said, they're a tool. There's a reason to use them and reasons not to use them. So just going in, understanding what they do and what they do not do, it's like Matt said, they are not an asset protection tool, and I want to solve a lot of misnomers. People think that because they put their property in a land trust, if they were sued, the old adage is, well, somebody's coming after me, they're going to do a quick property lookup, quick asset check, and because they don't see anything on my name, they're not going to come after me. Now, that was true probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. But just like as popular as it is for us to talk about land trusts with you, is because they're being used so much, and people are going across the country telling investors to use land trusts, that they're being utilized. And so one of the number one things good litigators that would come after you in the case of a lawsuit are doing is they will do that initial check, and they will see if you do have assets in your name. Mm-hmm. But then the next thing that they're going to do is, through discovery or depositions or what have you, they are going to ask you personally if you own properties. Mm-hmm. If you have any properties that are in any entities or in land trusts that they can't find on public record. And when they do ask you that question, when it does come up, you have to say, yes, you do. So land trust doesn't mean that you don't own them anymore. They just mean they're out of your name. So
why can't you just plead the fifth?
Well, here's the thing is, when it comes up, and that's a very good question, when it comes up to the time where you are in discovery or a deposition, it's because somebody is coming after you, and so the court will force you to come forward. It's a civil case, it's not a criminal case, so you're not protecting yourself from exploiting a criminal activity you did. You're simply bringing forth assets so that the court can see, or the prosecuting or a plaintiff side can see what you have, or if there's any money to be had to cover damages or recourse or anything that's fall on their client, right? So here's the thing that you run into. Let's just play a quick scenario here. Let's just say that Matt ran into my car and he has all his properties into a land trust. Do I know that Matt hit my car?
Of course.
Yeah, so when I get his information and we're going through depositions, we're going to ask him, do you have any other assets, Matt? And he's going to say yes, okay? Now, let's just say that I rent a house that Matt sells and I fall off the roof. Do I know that Matt rented me that house? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Do I know who the landlord is? Yes. Do I know who to sue? Yes. Let's just say that you have a property manager. Let's just say wonderful Mike back there. Mike's your property manager, right? You pay all your bills to him, right? And then he pays to me. Now, Mike works for me. Does Mike know that he leases to you? Does he know you're my tenant? Does he know he works for me?
Yeah, he'd point the finger at me.
So, right. So when I call him into court, he's going to say, yeah, it's you. And then I'm with you. And then, yeah, I know that what assets you own.
So what you're saying is really getting to the bottom of who owns the house is not going to necessarily be as difficult as people want it to be.
Right. They think, right. So now to use them with, as asset protection alone, I want to make it perfectly clear. Land trust offers zero asset protection. None.
Right. It's really for privacy.
It's really for privacy, right? And I get that there's a reason to do that. Now, how you take it a step beyond that is, let's just say that I have a land trust. I'm going to move the property in, take myself off recordation, and then hold the interest of the land trust in an entity or some other way that makes sense based on your structure. Well, now you got something going for you. But in and of itself, it doesn't work. Think about it. If that was the case, then all real estate investors would do, it'd be the magic pill, right?
Of course.
What do you do? Well, all I have to do is set up, there's no reason for an LLC or other trust. I just set up a land trust and that solves everything, right? I wish it worked that way.
Why has it become so popularized? Obviously, you said there are people that are traveling the country and teaching on the subject. I've seen them. I don't personally have any land trusts. I don't have any of my properties in land trusts. My question to you is, what is it that incentivizes these so-called gurus to travel? And so obviously it's money-based, right? So they're earning a commission to help set these up?
Well, no, they'll sell a program for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and watching this video why land trusts are popular. Because you don't have to pay to go set up your LLC. You don't have to go into California and pay that California Franchise Tax Board $800 and several $100 to set up your stuff and do a filing on it and all that.
So it's an alternative.
It's an alternative to saving.
But it isn't if you're still using an LLC to help protect the anonymity.
It doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? If something were to happen, why do we do these protections? And that's if something bad happens, right? Why do I have health insurance in case I get sick? Why do I have car insurance in case I get hurt, right? Why do I set up a structure? If it's a facade, guys, if it just looks like it does it, but it really doesn't, and then something happens and you need it, it's not going to protect you guys. In fact, now what's going to happen is when you walk into court, a couple things is going to happen there. Number one, it could get really ugly. Right? Let's just say you're sitting in front of a jury. The plaintiff's attorney says, why, Mr. Jones, did you put that into a trust? Oh, because I didn't want anybody to find it and sue it away from me. Oh, so you knew that down the road you were going to screw people or somebody was going to get hurt or whatever. You were just planning on nobody getting any money, right? See, 12 people sitting in a box, they don't get that, right? Now, if you did it as a part of your structure and said, well, I put it there, I came off title, but then I held the interest of it. I don't want to put myself out there, but at the end of the day, I want to protect it. I want to pass it on to my family. I'm using the proceeds, whatever. People get that. They have to understand the story. But this whole anonymity, hiding out, no one's going to find me thing. Guys, you have to get past having people understand why it is that you do it. You have to have a story and it has to make sense. Because think about it, or a group of average Joes or a judge that's sitting up there trying to make a decision on coming after you, right, on both sides, defending what you're doing, attacking what you're doing. Are you going to give them safe harbor for why it's protected, right? And that's what it really comes down to. So there are a reason to use them. You're not going to get around this whole protection. They don't give you any tax benefits. They don't give you asset protection. They do give you anonymity, but putting them collectively, working together with your structure, that's a solution in and of itself. It just doesn't do what a lot of these people tout that they do. And I don't care if they do sell you a cookie cutter templated system where you can do them over and over and over. All it is templated nonsense because, again, at the end of the day, will it do what you need it to do when you need it to do that thing? That's all that matters.
And it sounds like only under limited circumstances, under the perfect scenario, will that happen. So obviously be careful as you determine whether or not these are tools you want to try and include into your plan. As with everything else we share on this channel, this is not intended to be any form of tax, legal, or investment advice. It is simply to open your eyes to another perspective in order to compare and contrast and feel confident in your decisions. Guys, do your homework, look into it, reach out, talk with Nick and his team. We'll put a link in the description below for both complimentary consultation with Nick as well as one with us here at VIP. And those, as we've said on other videos, are for a limited time only. We are redesigning things, and we'll be taking those free coaching sessions, free consultations away because we just don't have the availability. I do apologize in advance. When you schedule one with us here at VIP, the wait has now grown all the way out until June. We thank you in advance, of course, for your patience. If you're ready to just dive in and start getting one-on-one coaching to help you fast track where you want to end up, then you can select Quick Start from the drop-down menu and follow the process there, and we can certainly work towards getting you in under a vacancy sooner than later. With that being said, we really appreciate your viewership as always. We're cruising our way to 100,000 subscribers. We plan to be there as early this year as possible, and it's because of you that we're accomplishing things we never expected to on this channel. So thank you again so much. Also, make sure you hit that like button if this is something you want to continue discussing. We want to see what it is that appeals to you guys most when it comes to the topics of growing your wealth, growing your cash flow, and protecting it the right way. To reach out to Nick, go ahead and select the email address from the description below. Contact us at vipfinancialeducation.com and go ahead and put land trust in the subject line.
Yeah, because if you have them and we just need to work and fix them or structure them together right, that's what we'll do. And if you're thinking about it, then we can talk about when to use it. So either way.
Perfect. So I'll be happy to make a personal warm introduction to Nick and his team. Anytime we do that, you know, he's so generous with his preferential treatment, it seems. We're always priorities of his. He does travel often as well, so there may be a slight delay as a result of travel, but travel only. So everything else seems to be punctual, and you always take great care of our folks. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, we love you guys. Yeah, we're looking forward to working with you.
So if there's anything else we can assist you guys with, be sure to let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next video coming up soon. Until then, make it a great day today and take care.